Hi, this is Guy from Project Portfolio Office, and this is another video in our capability series, and this relates to resource capacity planning. What a lot of organizations want to do is understand where their resource capacity is relating to their projects in the portfolio, and specifically when looking at new projects or deciding to ramp up capacity within the organization. So in PPO, there is a resource allocation entity. And what it allows you to do if you activate this capability is to record per project the resources that are planned to work on the project, a start and end date for the resources, as well as the percentage of their time to be spent on this project. So we can see in this case, Harry is working on the cost to income ratio project. He's going to be working on the project from the 5th of March 2025 until the 6th of October 2025, and 20% of Harry's time will be spent on that. The system will automatically calculate the total planned hours based on the calendar and working days within that period. And in this case, we already know that Harry is a business analyst belonging to the information technology department. So this information can be captured for every resource on the project, whether they spend 10%, 5%, 20%, 80%. And if you capture this information, PPO will give you a range of reports and dashboards to give you view of this. The first one, and one of the most used ones, is the planning dashboard. So the planning dashboard provides you with a total overall view of the resource planning and the resource capacity allocation. In this case, we can quickly see that we have 17 out of our 19 resources are planned, so just under 90%. 11 of our 14 projects are planned, so 80%. And our capacity currently sits at about 66% for the month of May. When I ran this report, I grouped it by job title. So we can see, for example, those are our project managers, these are our managers, and these are our business analysts. And for the resources we have, in this case, those 17, I can quickly see for the month of May what the total planned hours are. And you can see some people here who are way over the 160 hours a month level, 250, 200, and then some with some free capacity. The capability is determined by looking at the resource pool, and I'll explain that now. And we can see the capacity that we have, the red line, over the next couple of months. The green line is the planned time, so that's using the time that's put into the system in terms of who's planned to work on what projects. And the gap between the red and green is that free capacity. So you can see we're currently operating at 66% capacity, and that's the green line. But there is our actual capacity. So that difference over there is that 34% difference over there. And this report also, this dashboard also allows you to see it in a heat map view. And we can see the red, where in this case Adrian is 150% capacitated, Evelyn 120%, and then Jane down here at 40%. And if I drill down from the dashboard, PPO will then take me one level lower into some of the reporting that's available, which will give me an indication in this case of Evelyn and the projects that she's working on. And for the month of May that I'm looking at now, her total hours. And you can see in this case, it looks like she's allocated 20% of the time, but unfortunately she's working on 6 projects, which means she's over allocated in terms of a sort of normal 160-hour month. How this is determined from a resource pool point of view is in the resource entity of PPO. Every single resource has their basic information. But then there's an include in capacity indicator to say, is this person part of our resource pool that we must manage their capacity? And if so, what are their standard working hours per day? And you can also calculate costs if you want to go that far in terms of charge out rates. So you can see, for example, here's Tracy. She's part of our resource capacity pool. She's a business analyst. She works 8 hours a day and her cost is $360 an hour. But then you've also got someone like Mary, who's a project manager in the project office, but she only works 4 hours a day. And then if we go down to the bottom of the list over here, Barry Lineker is the manager for finance, but he's not part of our resource capacity pool. So Barry's probably involved with financial projects, maybe as a sponsor or as a project owner, but will not be part of our resource capacity pool that we try and determine and manage. As I mentioned, there's a bunch of reports. This is a project-centric one, for example. So it'll look at each project and give you an indication of the resources working on the project and their total hours. And you can run this for any filtering or grouping or any period that you like. There's a nice capacity versus planned report where It looks at the capacity of the resource for the period that I've looked at. It looks at the total plan time, and it'll tell you what under or over capacity somebody has, what utilization rate they are. And in this case, Manny, for example, is totally under allocated from the finance department. But if we look at IT, for example, there's also 2 under allocations over there. We're running at about 16% free capacity. But then Adrian, we saw it in the previous view, is currently over capacitated by 148 hours in that period. There are a large number of reports in the planning section, anything relating from daily planning, monthly planning, resource-centric planning. If you do timesheets, there's also a plan versus actual report where it will show you the plan time for the resource as well as the actual. All of this results in the ability for you to manage the portfolio, see where there are constraints on resources, see potentially where other resources are required or may help, and you may even plan and can even plan for specific roles where you'd be able to say, I'm looking for a project manager, and we can see in this organization, they need 84, 80, 92, 84, and 84 hours in a specific month, so that looks like about a half FTE of project managers, which is not yet allocated. Luckily, we can see that some of our project managers do have capacity, and therefore will be able to move it in this. While this capability is built on the resource allocation entity, the same outputs, the same reports and dashboards I've shown you today can be driven from the task section if you use the task section and you do your resource allocation on the task level. So if you are an organization that has a high level of maturity and you are able to create your project plans in PPO, whether that's done through the scheduler or through PPO or through an import from Microsoft Project, but you allocate the resources against the specific tasks, then the same outputs are available. So you have a choice as an organization whether to do it down on a project task level from a schedule or from the task section, or to do it on a fairly high level from the resource allocation section. A lot of that decision will depend on the maturity of your organization and the quality of scheduling and the quality of schedules that you have. You can also have a hybrid where certain projects are fed from the schedule or the task section and other projects are read from the resource allocation. Ultimately, the end goal is to be able to give you a view of your resource capacity and be able to show you where some of the bottlenecks are and show you where some of the capacity is. And this is very useful when driving through the portfolio and deciding which new projects or initiatives you want to take on. If you haven't yet subscribed to our blog, please do so. It's available on the website or through the app. You simply give us your email address, first name and surname, and we'll send you a weekly update of all the latest product news, any new client information, and there are some generic best practice project portfolio management type articles as well. I hope you found this capability video useful, and we look forward to sharing future capabilities with you soon.